Welcome, everybody. It is your host, Jerry Springfield. We are back for our first event of season number 2. Starting it off with a nice national event. Should be fun. Racers, strap in to your race cars. Super Street qualifying number 1, starting in a few minutes. Before we send this pair down, thank you to everyone involved in the THRE. We completed one full season. We're back again. It's going to be way cleaner this time. It's going to be more exciting this time. And nice and new with some brand new drivers we haven't seen before. So it's going to be their first time competing in a official event. I wish everybody luck, new and old drivers. Best of luck to everybody. Pray that you guys are safe while using our track, home of the raceway, or home of the racing raceway. We hope you have a happy 3 days, and it should be hopefully fun 3 days. So let's have some fun. Super Street, start them up. We are back for season 2. Let's start off with some Super Street 280 index. So these cars are not going to do the typical thing where whoever gets to the finish line is the fastest. It's actually going to be whoever gets to 2.8 seconds the closest. So not always about who's going to be the quickest here. We have Mickey Sr. in the Vega left-hand side up against the right national champion in the Mustang, Ben Charlotte. In the 280 index here, that Mustang, Ford versus Chevy battle. Let's see what numbers we put down. 285-1, 289-2. Got to get a little quicker. Austin Schutz, left-hand side in the green Mustang. Up against Jim Nelly in the orange Fox body Mustang. Really quick run for Austin Schutz. 270. And a 278 for Jim Nelly. Not bad. He's not too far off it. There's no breakouts in the class, so you are fine if you go faster than 2.8. John Stewart, right-hand side, division champ, up against the champion of 2024 to 2025, Steve Conahan. In the Mustang, left-hand side, 67, I believe. Or is that a 69? I don't know. 67, I think. Yeah. That doesn't seem right to me. I don't think it is. I forgot. I can't tell. So here is Malcolm Nicholson in the left-hand side in the Nova against Ron Wayne in the pickup truck. Here's someone who we've seen before, but someone that's never raced in a professional category before, and he's going to join Super Street in the 55 Bel Air. So we have Zoe Charforos on the right-hand side and the green Mustang up against I just said that. We've seen him before. It's Christopher Lancaster. Wow. Too quick. 270. That's a little crazy. 247 or God damn. 284 with a 7, if I could speak. All right, stock eliminator first call. Left side of the staging lanes. That's track side. Kenny Chesterfield left side and Ricky Lightning right hand side. $277.4 and a $278.9. Close race. The win goes Kenny Chesterfield, left hand side of the lane. $277.5, $285 with a 1. And stock eliminator, second call. Fill up all the lanes now. Actually, just moved to the tower side lanes. We already filled up the other lane. Whoa, wait. That's the quickest pass of the day. 269 was the one. That is not what they're aiming for. We are aiming for 2.8 seconds. And a pretty good run. 8 or 9 thousandth of a second under the index. 279.1 for our new driver there. That was Chris Brooks in the 58 Impala. Good run for him. So stock eliminator, final call for you. Stock eliminator, final call for you. Jerry King, left-hand side. New to the THRE. 272, too quick and too slow, not 292 for Jerry King. Got 2 more pairs up. Here is Jason J. Fox. Oh, he wants to be called Jay. I'm stupid. So JJ Fox. Oh, that's okay. In the red Fox body. New, once again, to the THRE. Oh, against Papu in the right-hand side. .285.4 and a 292 with a 1. He almost ran the same thing as Jerry King did. So both of them need to bump it up a bit. Need to go a little quicker. And our last pair of Super Street, and then we're going to get into some stock eliminator. And actually, there's an issue down there. We got to move some cars out of the way so we don't have a collision. Looks like there's problems for JJ Fox. And we're good. So they just fired up their cars again. Rich Campbell, first ever division win. Can I not speak today? I don't know what's going on. And maybe my voice or something. Maybe I'm getting sick at the start of summer, unironically. Holy. It's not a great day for me, as you can tell. 283.7 and a 287 with a 1. And here we begin. Stock. The rules for this class are very simple. You get to just choose what you want to run and run it. Whoever's the closest is the winner. Gabe Davis in the Aston Martin right-hand side, dialed in 290, up against Gerald Berry in the Mustang, dialed in 310. His first, he won actually Sports Rod. Now he's competing professionally in stock. Wow, 4th thou under the index in the 249-1. And Gerald Berry needs to bump that one down. Just ran a 290 right there with that pass. Clark Winger dialed in 280. Oh, wait. And he is not tucked in here. So he's going to take that pass and just go with it because he's okay. He's not in our sheet, so he cannot. If he's not in the sheet, he can't compete. So, and the 270 for Dave Spot Jr. in the pickup truck. Wow, a 280 with a 7 and a 282.8. So Clark Winger has to leave the competition. So people are going to get mad because stock takes a lot of effort to get into a stock competition because there's so many cars that want to compete with only 32 cars that are allowed in. So he's going to get pretty mad. Ron Harvey in the right-hand side. Dialed in 310. Up against Maddox Reed. Dialed in 280 in the Chevelle. I mean, what? In the Bel Air. Wow. 283 with a 6 on the 280 and a dead on 6 for Ron Harvey. Good qualifying pass. He's going to like that. He has a good chance to win now. Looking, or at least it's looking like he will. High hopes. He has high hopes for the competition. Stacy Lynn on the right-hand side, division champ. In the 70 Camaro. Stacy's going to dial 320 up against Nathan Lopez in the Corvette Stingray, dial 330. Oh, they both swapped dials because a 321 with a 6 and a 335 with an 8. So Nathan Lopez will swap and do a 320, and Stacy Lynn will do a 330. Up next, we got Oscar Cummings, division champion, dial 320 in the 5th gen Camaro, against Sam Humpback Jr., who used to be in comp, now he's running stock. Dialed in as a 310 in the Chevy Impala right-hand side, the beautiful pink color. $299 with an 8 and a 318.9. So pretty good run. 11th thou under the index. You're allowed to go under. And Sam Humpback Jr. will just reconsider, do a 3 flat. That seems better for him. A new racer on the left-hand side. Samuel Dickerson dialed in 380. That's pretty slow. Up against Rob Tango, dialed in 320. In the other Mustang, on the other side, the white one. .308 with a 3 and a 366. So he'll dial a 310 and he'll dial a 370. They're both going to bump it down. Dave Donaldson dialed in 290 up against Gary Jones in the pickup. He's going to be dialing in 270. Whoa! Hold up down there. 260 with a 1 for Gary Jones. And a 285.6 for Dave Donaldson. But there's some smoke down there. We'll have to see what happened down there. So we'll be on hold for just a second. We'll see what just went down there. Hope everyone's enjoying, because I know I am. It's a fun day out here. Day number 1 of the competition. We're doing 3 days. Wrap up eliminations on Thursday. We'll get Pro Stock, Top Fuel, and Funny Car on after we go through our 5 main classes. Well, they're actually not the main. I guess the main event is kind of the Top Fuel and the Pro Stock and Funny Car and whatnot. But in Pro Stock's a new class. We got 8 Pro Stock cars competing that we'll showcase to you. So it'll be a fun time. So yeah, we're going to get as much qualifying done as we can today. So there's little to do tomorrow, and maybe we'll get some eliminations done tomorrow. So we'll be back in like 2 minutes. And we're ready. Sarah Bowen, left-hand side. She's a very competitive and good racer. She hasn't won anything, though, surprisingly. Sarah Bowen, dial 290. Up against another new racer. Ken Blackhead in the beautiful 66 Buick Riviera, I believe it's called, or something like that. $350. Oh, a 283 with a 1 and a 378. That's slow. Ken Blackhead's not going to change anything. Sarah Bowen will. So let's do a 280. Call it a day. Well, actually, we're planning on doing 2 rounds of qualifying for these guys. So Van Coop, left-hand side, and Brock Smith, left-hand side. The thing about these guys is they are very, very fast. Than 260. They're both capable of running faster than 260. But they've been pretty consistent on the dial. Van Coop is a new one. It's a new racer to the series. Here we go. 258.3 and a 262.8. 17th thou under the dial and 28 thousandths past the dial. They're dialed the same thing. And the win goes to Brock Smith there. It's a good win. Super Comp, first call, trackside, Super Comp. Julie Newton, national and divisional champ, and Jake Riley. a division champ or not? No, divisional champ. Yeah. Jake Riley dialed 310 up against Julie Newton's 3 flat. She wrecked her top alcohol dragster. Now the stage is set. Wow, 2 thou under the index. 299.8 for Julie, and that's why she wins all these races. And she was in the final round against Jackie Bevlick for the championship. She lost it though. It was by 2 thousandths, I think, or 4 thousandths or something really small for the win in the championship. It was an amazing stock final. I love the way it went down. Impressive as hell. A beautiful racer here, and a new one. Randy James Golden in his Oldsmobile. Dalton 350. Oh, I guess another new racer. Casey Butcher. Dalton 310. A 304 with a 5 and a 338-2. Under his description, it says he's unemployed, aka retirement. Good for you. Chuck Allard and Charles Stam. Charles Stam's a new one. Dalton 330. And Chuck Allard dialed 290. He runs 293 with an 8 and a 327. So good. They're both there. Second call for Super Comp. We need to see more of you. You can fill up both lanes. Jay Greenhead in the Blue Nova. Dialed in 320. Against Kyle Shorts, dialed in 3 flat. New racer in the Mustang. 305 with a 5, and a 309 with an 8. He can bump it up to a 310. That would be better for him. Jackie Bev looked out 3 flat. Up against Aubrey Williams, left-hand side in the Camaro. Dialed in 260? That car can go 260? I thought it was a 270 car, but we'll see what happens today. Well, yeah. 267.7 and a 306.5. She'll dial it a bit lower, though. 270 is more her jam. And we got 2 more pairs. So Super Comp, final call. Super Comp, final call for you. Get them down, get them down, get them down. Need you. Hustle up, hustle up. Derek Alejandro dialed in 320 up against Dave. No. Up against John Somerville. Dialed in 280. Whoa. 275 with a 3 and a 316 with a 1. Some smoke on the right-hand side. That was John Somerville. So we'll see. We'll take care of that, same as the other shoot. And they're both Bel Airs. The Bel Airs have been causing some issues down there. So we'll see you. We'll be back in a few minutes. Ready to go with our last pair of Mustangs. Left side, we have a new racer in Division 2. Jimmy Clinton dialed in 3 flat up against the older car, the 67 Mustang, who's actually going to be the quicker car today. Dialed in 270. That's Tony 30acre. He almost won something, I believe, but he hasn't. No wins for him yet. This could be his first to kick off the new season as well. $268.8. That's pretty good towards the dial, and well, actually, that's even better. A 1 above the dial for the 3 flat, and that would have been a win for Jimmy Clinton by 0.02 of a second. Good close race to the finish, and Jimmy Clinton will have that win. Once again, thank you guys for coming. Actually, that's crazy. There's no fans. No fans in the stands for a national? Wow. What have we done? We're going backwards in the opposite direction. Hopefully more people go tomorrow because there might be eliminations tomorrow. And especially there should be some on Thursday because Thursday is eliminations for the 3 main classes: Pro Stock, Top Fuel, and Funny Car. So Super Comp final call. You should all be there. We're going to start in 1 minute. Let's go Super Comp. Here we go. Starting off with Bella Chap and her dragster. They all run the same number, 280 dial. That same 280 that the cars are running. 280. Everyone has that dial automatically. Dragsters had a test and tune. Some crazy things happened in the test and tune. Philip Carson has another copy of his car to see if that one's faster. It isn't, so he's going to keep that one behind. Hortensia blew up bad and just was sliding down. She's not going to be in this competition. She left yesterday afternoon. There was a pro stock test and tune. Nothing really happened there. 307 of the 7th. So just warming up the dragsters a little bit. Need to warm up to get adjusted. There's Bradley Pitt. One of my favorite dragsters in Super Comp. Man, this is depressing. I brought all the energy today and nobody in the crowd. A 3 with an 8. Scott Marker, here we go. So we had actually, I don't know why I'm just thought of this. So junior dragsters had one event, a divisional. That was fun. We're thinking of bringing it back though. So if you have any kids and you have a junior dragster, there might be some luck for you, as competitions further in the summer might be available for you for junior dragster racing. Scott Marker just going to slow down as he gets there. 3:22.6. Gabriela Sanchez, division champ. Looking to wait. Is she a 2-time division champ? No, she's a 2-time division champ. Pretty sure. So, yeah, that's impressive. Wants to add more trophies to the trophy case, and trust me, she definitely deserves them too. She's kind of having trouble staging in for some reason. Whoa, that's quick for her. 2:63.1. She's got to slow it down. All right, so a new racer. This is Murphy Keystone. I love that name. I've been saying this a lot, but I love that name. And having the last name Keystone, that's cool. Gonna slow it down. 3:14.9. So as we make our way towards Super Comp, I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in online, I guess. I guess I only have the people that are watching this live stream to thank because nobody really showed up in person. Maybe not yet, maybe as the time. So we're expected to do Top Fuel at around 5:30 to 5:50, or no, 5 o'clock to 5:15. That's when we're kind of expecting it. That's why it was, yeah, here's Calvin Bradley. Looked like a pretty good pass. It's going to be a good one for today. 270 with a 5, so just needs to work on slowing it down. Here's the door card. Joey Lotto has a division win under his belt. And Ed Flacco on the right of him. Let's see who runs the 280 better. I'm going to go with the one who strikes the finish line first, who's far out ahead. He ran a dead on 5 yesterday in tuning. Let's see if he can do it again. Pretty even. Wow, what a race. Dead on 2 for Ed Flacco. I've been saying it. He's a great racer. And Joey Lotto, dead on 2. 10,000 of a... What the hell? 10,000th of a second right there. What a race. Woo! Two best runs of the day right there alongside each other. Woo! They are dialed in. Jonah Jasper up next. In the B dragster. Super Comp is hyping me up. Surprisingly, sometimes they don't. Usually don't, but They are getting it on, bringing their A game. Doesn't look too bad, a little quick. Whoa, wow, a lot quick. 265 with a 1. Jonah Jasper's a division winner. I just realized that. And speaking of a division winner, we have one on the right-hand side. Our first ever division win for Super Comp goes to Fred Spencer's right here. And actually, the next dragster is going to be the one who he beat in the final round, which is Parker Ryder, but we'll get to him in a second. Very cool. And doesn't look too shabby. Dead on 4. Fred Spencer's puts down a nice number. That is the second best run of today. Parker Ryder on the left-hand side. Parker Ryder, and not too bad. 284 with a 3. Not bad. We're like halfway there, done with Super Comp. It's a big class, especially when you have to run them solo. Bennett Beasley. Then we got Super Gas, Super Stock, and then we got Pro Stock, Top Fuel, and Funny Cars. And then we're going to do some more qualifying for. We're going to skip Super Street and go Stock Eliminator, Super Comp, and then Super Gas and Super Stock. And then if we have time at the end, we'll do Super Street all the way back again, which we should have time today. That's why they're in the plans. And moving around in the groove, I don't know how that's going to come out. Not too bad. Oh, actually pretty bad. 301 with a 4. Mark Wagon, ready to go. He's a division champ. Good for him. He's usually known to be like kind of off the dial and not really like locked in, but he is. He's improved, and he could get his first ever national trophy in his hands if he gets it done. Oh, Mark Wagon kind of losing it around there. 3039. We also have our $20 bracket racers. Back at it again. We're back with the bonus event. And we got quite a few cars in the challenge, so that's good. $20 entry, winner takes all. So here's Ross Barbosa. He's a division champ, I believe. Yeah, division champ. Does he have two of them? No. Wait, does he? I'm kind of confused on that. I really don't know. That doesn't look too shabby. Oh, actually a little slow. 295 with a 1. Got to bump it into the, at least get in the 280 range. AJ Pierce. $288.4, not bad. Here we go. Giraffe Lane Mancy up next. Season 1 was unsuccessful for her. She's been in some final rounds before, though. Oh, she's sliding a little bit down there. Not going to get the best results out of that run. And a 3-second pass is going to do it for her. Very important person over here in the left-hand side. This is your 2024-2025 Super Comp champion. He has 1 national and 1 championship, obviously, because I just said he was. He's a champion for the reason. Let's see. Let's see if he can put down a good number. In the all blacked out dragster, that's Xavier Brown. Looks like a decent run. 287 with the 1. Could get just a hair faster. Super Gas, first call. Left-hand side, Super Gas. Track side. Track side staging lanes, please. Super Gas, first call to the lanes. All right, this might be my favorite Super Comp car, even better than Bradley's. Oh, way too quick, though. 266.5. Gotta slow it down a little bit. Top fuel is scheduled to run around 5:15 to 5:30. So stay tuned for them. Max Hardy, ready to go. Looks a little slow. 292.6. Valentina Holmes. She's on the quicker side. She's a kind of a quicker dragster than most do. That looks pretty good, though. Yeah, not bad. 273 with an 8. Just a little bit slower. Second call for super gas. You can fill up both sides of the staging lanes, please. Super gas, we need you. $296.5. And 3 more dragsters to go. Whoa, has to shut it off early. He almost slides into the other lane, and he's going to shut that down. Wow. A wild ride for Frank Dawson. He is okay. He gets control of it, obviously. Doesn't hit anything. Doesn't cross the center line either. So just waiting for him to move out of the way. Then we could start the next dragster up. We have 2 more. That's it. Tristan Hask and Dallas White, and that's it. Got a full house for Super Comp. There's not a single Super Comp car that chose to not be here today. So thank you. Shout out to Super Comp. Thank you guys. It's going to be a fun event. I hope to see some close races, some good runs, just like we saw earlier. Tristan Hask, just kind of a lazy launch. Nothing really to it. He didn't even. Oh. Guess he didn't run over the light fully, I guess. No time slip comes up for him. Here's Dallas White. And the all-white dragster, it's pretty nice. I love this car. He has not won anything for Super Comp. Maybe he could kick off the season with a trophy. And it'll be a national one, too. And that is it for Super Comp. Ugh, 323 with a 3. And that's how we're going to end off Super Comp. Just going to take a look at the starting line real quick. And we'll get back to you in 2 minutes. Starting off with Super Gas. Let's roll. So we're ready to go. Super gas. With our new super gas car, we have 2 new super gas contenders. We have Tyler Toll in the left-hand side in 76 Chevelle up against George Black, who isn't new to this game. He knows what's up, but has not gotten a win yet. So let's see if that changes today. Neck and neck down there. 607 with a 2 and a 611 with a 5. Win goes to Tyler Toll. So both need to go just a hair quicker on the 6 index. So all these cars need to run 6.0 seconds the best they can. 27. Oh wait, I'm reading the wrong thing. Frank Top. I'm not even reading the right class. Frank Topham. I can't even say his name either. Against Scott Burns, our new driver for Super Gas. .588.4 and a 612. Jenna Monoposto, one-time division champ, one-time national champ, and the champion of 2024-2025 in her custom roadster. She joined late into the season too, so that shows you what kind of a racer she is. Up against Tom Hendrickson, who's also a very good racer. Does he have a division win? I think he might have a division win in there. Not too sure. I don't think so though. I'm not really sure, but Tom Hendrickson was sleeping a little bit there. 583 and a 616 with a 2. Super stock, first call. Super stock. First call to the staging lanes. Super stock. First call for you. Eris Topham up against Paul Wright. Paul Wright on the right-hand side has a national champ. The pro. Oh, yeah. The auto shop owner and he's not even from Toyland. He moved just for this class. So that's cool. Eris Topham, the model. She models and races. And speaking of modeling, that car is beautiful. And super stock first call. I think I said it, but super stock. Super stock first call to fill up both sides of the staging lanes, please. $585 with a 9 and a $590 with a 7. Win goes to Paul Wright. So we're either too fast or too slow. So we need to find, we got to tune these cars up a little bit better for Super Gas. Stephen Cruz and Christine Monopasto. Stephen Cruz in the Roadster up against, actually they're both in Roadsters. The custom Roadsters, Monopastos though. There's going to be I think like around a second delay. Christine lets it go too early. Whoa, they both run terribly. 525 and a 532. $570 with a 9, that's $575 with a 7. All right, actually, start getting them down right now. Third call. Let's get them down. Super stock. Hurry it on up because we're about to almost be done with Super Gas. $573 and a $580 with a 2. Both behind. Well, actually, wow, not behind. 593 with a 6 and a 6:03.5. Good job, DJ Willis. Best run of the day so far. Got 2 more pairs of Super Gas. Super Stock. Remember, hustle down here. Super Stock. We got quite a lot of new Super Stalkers as well. So this should be exciting. $579 with a 9 and a $583 with a 9. This qualifying session has not been great at all for Super Gas. All over the board here. Even worse than Super Comp. Super Comp usually is all over the board, but eventually they figure it out by eliminations. So the qualifying is a little bit messy for them. But this has been worse. Super Comp did pretty good today. Last pair. Gonna finish it up. So final call for Super Stock. We're gonna get the track clean. That gives you 2 more minutes to go to the staging lanes. So let's go. Way too quick and way too slow. Okay, so we're just going to look at something down there to make sure the track is set. And then we're going to start. So hold tight for just literally like 2 minutes. Let's go. All right, so super stock is just a little bit different than stock. It's just more super. Actually kind of is. Pretty much for here we have faster cars, a little bit more modified than your usual stock cars. They can dial, instead of dialing 310, 320, 330, they can go and dial like a 332 if they wanted to. They can have that extra decimal place, but it's at the risk of breaking out. If you go too fast, it's automatic loss for you. Unless the other person breaks out, it's who's ever closer to their dial. I'm terrible at explaining rules. 265 for our new racer in the GTO. Fast one. Against Jimmy Balvindale, 333 in his gasser. One above with a 1. Wow. And a 343. Oh, wow. And a 1 above 7. 6 thou for the win for Kevin Johnson. Good job. Wow. Both of them. Awesome runs. Calvin Trask, the gasser, dial 275, up against a former comp racer who's now in this class. We have Mac Davis, dial 340. It'll be a big gap. Three above, and wow, closer to 350. That's a 349 of the 4. He'll dial 345. I love this car right here. Brenda Goodwin. Her daughter is racing in Pro Stock today as well. This is amazing. Love it. Mother and daughter racing. 282 dial for Brenda up against our 2-time division champion right here. God damn it, I'm blanking. Dave Salem dialed in 278. Whoa, Brenda, a rare breakout, 278.9 and the 279.5 for Dave Salem. That's a 1 above with a 5. Good run for him. There's a reason why he wins a lot of those. And Brenda, a rare breakout. But she has another run coming up. Well, she has at least 2 and 3, but I'm not worried about getting to 3 qualifying runs. She has plenty of time to work it out. She's going to do a 280 and see where it goes from there. Tyler Gray, dialed a fast 268 up against Bob Scrap. Dialed in 310. Wow, a breakout for both. 264 with an 8. And a 296-2. Bob Scrap gonna dial 290. That's he's way off his dial. Tyler Gray just gonna dial a 265. It's a risky dial there, but he's gonna keep it. Got the two Volvo gassers here. Shi Chung and ATST. ATST in the red one dialed 289 and a 262 dial for Shi Chung. $260 with a 4 and $283 with a 2. He's going to dial a 282. And Shi Chung is going to dial a 260. Fast dial. William Carter in the right-hand side, dial 305. Up against Brett Jenkins, dial 280. A national champion of Superstock. Wow. 283-2. And a 303.5 breakout for William Carter. I'll dial in a 301. Eli Rage, right-hand side. Very good racer, but he's one of those guys. It's very good racer, but hasn't won anything. He's dialed in 320 up against Ernie Bailey Clem. Dialed in 320. Oh wow, they're dialed in the same thing. So let's see who's dialed in better on the 320 dial. They're both pretty even. Breakout. One above with a 6 for Rage. And a 313-2. So Bailey Clem, figure that out. Dial 312 instead. Here's his twin, Ernie Clem, on the right-hand side. 335 up against Link Scottish. dialed 277 in his 71 Mustang. He also drifts with that car. He just switches out the tires to drift tires. Yeah, pretty cool. Almost done with super stock, so that will be our first call for pro stock. Pro stock to the lanes. .282 with a 4 and a 336 with an 8. Not too shabby. Actually, wait, that was a good run from Bailey Clem, wasn't it? Or Ernie Clem, I meant? I get the twins mixed up. Yeah, 335, one above with an 8. Good run. Link Scottish will redial to a 282. Scarlett Smith and King Stevenson. He's dialed in 291 in his Dodge Dart up against the King Cuda. Dialed in 270. Both new super stock. So let's see how they run. So first call for pro stock. First call, pro stock. 265.3 and 287.7 breakout. .286 dial for King Stevenson and a 265 dial for Scarlett Smith. Here goes. Chuck Norwood dialed in 280 in the Ford Ranchero up against Maui dialed 270. Two above with a 2 and yeah, even you can see it on the live stream. There is a blank scoreboard. We'll find that number in a second. Or you know what? We might wait. We can find it again. We'll give you that time slip. So Chuck Norwood, we're gonna find that number and we're gonna print it out on the time slip, and we will show you what you got. We'll call your name to the timing tower. So we're gonna do that, and you can pick up your time slip. No big deal. We'll find that in a second. Chris Bellingham in the Brown 64 Chevelle, dialed in 311, up against Lucas Clark, dialed in 343 in his orange 64 Chevelle. And not updating as well for him, so we're going to check out what's going on down there. 362 with a 9. That is a terrible run. We're going to see what's happening down there, so we'll be back in just a sec. So we got that fixed. Chris Bellingham and Chuck Norwood, you guys can get your time slips now. Just count your numbers and all your data. Mantis. Dialed in 282 up against Frank O'Meara, dialed in 301. Then we have a solo run, and that's going to conclude Super Stock. We have a full house of Super Stock, I'm pretty sure, as well. Wow, look at that. Breakout by 9 thou. 2 above with a 7 for Mantis. So Frank O'Meara is going to go with the 3 flat. That is a good number. He is ready for the competition. Even though he broke out, it's like still a pretty good run. Because, I don't know. It's not too far. I don't know. Whatever, man. And also another 282 dial for Gino Freckle and the Mustang. And that's how we're going to end it off. Look at the engine stacks on there. Woohoo! That's closer to a top sportsman car than a superstock car. That is cool. Breakout by 1,000th of a second. He runs a 281 with a 9. His dial was a 282. All right, we're going to get this track cleaned up and ready for Pro Stock. We will see you in just a second for qualifying number 1 of Pro Stock. It's going to be epic. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. We'll see you there. Let's get this show on the road. Pro Stock qualifying round number 1 for qualifying. Big burnout for Mason. I forgot his name. It's going to take me a little bit to realize. Oh, Dave Perry Mason. Qualifying number 8. And our number 1 qualifier, Blake Stark Jr., with a very quick pass of 2:04 with a 7. Everyone knows the rules of Pro Stock, I hope. It's just whoever gets to the finish line first is the winner. Qualifying is going to be different for our 3 main classes that we have: Pro Stock, Funny Car, and Top Fuel, all that. Let's see how the first run goes. .209 with an 8 and a 3:38.2. He remains at the top. Top Fuel, first call. Top Fuel, first call to the lanes for your qualifying number 1. It is past 5:30, so we are kind of behind schedule. Oh well. Michael Speedster, number 2 qualifier. I don't know why I said it like that. Actually, he ran a 2:09 with an 8, and that's up on the scoreboard right now that Blake Stark just ran. Up against Haley Goodwin. Right-hand side, her mom's running super stock. And the Pictionary, Pro Stock Camaro. Here we go. .208 with a 9, 2:20 with an 8. They're both going to improve. Haley's definitely going to move. Oh, actually, yes, she is. She's definitely going to move up with that. .220 with an 8. It's going to move her in a very good direction. She is right under Mike Triforos by 0.05 of a second. 2:28 or 2:20 with an 8 and a 2:20 with a 3 is what Mike Triforos has, which he's your number 3 qualifier right here on the right-hand side. Up against, let's see, Hayden Hendricks Jr. racing here with his dad right behind him in the gray Moon Eyes Camaro. And Michael Speedster improves. He just flip-flops the 9 and the 8 around to like that. He's still in second place. Nothing really changes much. Second call for top fuel. Close to your third. Get him down. Get him down. We don't have any of you, so. And there, wow, a 2:15. So he's furthering his way to the top. He's still going to be in third place. 2:15 is what he ran, and a 2:23 for Hayden Hendricks Jr. And he's 1,000th of a second behind his father. Father like son. And around the same thing. Last pair. We have 8 of them. This is the fourth and final pair. Tony Triforos. And Hayden Hendricks Sr. Same car as his dad, or as his son, but black. Sponsored by the same people and all that, so that's cool. Tony Triforos 2:28 with a 2. Third and final call for top fuel. Get him down. Get him down. Neck and neck, but Tony will take it. Wow, and not a great run. Al not going to improve for Hayden Hendricks Sr. He goes 2:37.2, and Tony Triforos with literally the same pass, 2:28 with a 6, but he ran a 2:28 with a 2, so he's not going to improve. And that is how we're going to end Pro Stock qualifying number 1. Good job, guys. Number 1, Blake Stark Jr. Number 2, Michael Speedster. Number 3, Mike Triforos. Number 4, Haley Goodwin coming down from 7th. Good improvement for her. Hayden Hendricks Sr. is number 5. Hayden Hendricks Jr. is number 5, and he's behind, number 6, behind by 1,000th of a second. Tony Triforos, you're number 7, and Dave Perry Mason, you're number 8. Get some top fuel now. So that is how we're going to do qualifying for Pro Stock. I think so. It's going to be a little different. I think Pro Stock we're just going to how do I explain this? Through the season, it's going to be like bettering your time. So if none of these cars better their time, the positions are going to stay the same. So if you run like a 2:28 or something and you better that, you're going to move up places depending on other people. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm not going to explain it right, especially knowing me. We're going to get this track set up for the Nitro Burners. It's going to be fun. We'll see you guys for that. So here goes top fuel. And we're starting off with our number one qualifier for the Byron because we only have 9 because of what happened to Hortensia in test and tune. She is okay. Pretty scary though. So she is not going to be in the competition. Number 1 will take the Byron. We're going to record some times down. So we'll have 2 Byrons. Our champion, top fuel champion of season 1. Darren, oh, man, this is a rough day. David Carr, thank you. Not going to put down anything for the first run, just going to shut it off. And now we have the father and son pair coming up next. Here we go. So Christopher Martinez is doing well for himself. He's making good improvements. And they're kind of like polar opposites right now. He's towards the top of the board, and his son Trey is not doing too great. We'll see how they improve. Number 10 and number 2, let's go. Both just going to shut it down. I don't think we're going to get anything. This is why the test and tune was here, because, to kind of figure out how you're going to drive this car, should have been for the test and tune. It was open, so you can't say it's my fault. That was there, and that's kind of what this is supposed to be. So I don't think we're going to see too much activity. We'll have to wait for maybe... Well, we're going to have to wait for tomorrow, the next time Top Fuel comes on the racetrack. And that's why he's your number 3 qualifier. See, it has shown improvement, and once you have improvement like he does, and the ability to have a nice race car, then things look beautiful for you. And there's Bella, which she is not getting the race car too right, you know. Nothing too crazy for her. She barely made it past. She made it on 0.5, the point system, a half a point, just to get into the spot where she was today for the championship. But that didn't go so well because she lost the first round. It's been a rough season 1 for her, but let's see if season 2 can treat her just a little bit better, or maybe get her some good stuff. Nothing for them as well. Kind of figured this would happen. So second call for funny cars. If you guys didn't know, rubber tires are not a thing anymore. It's just only one funny car class. So if you have rubber tires, then it's probably not going to be the best decision to make to go in this class, but it's worth a shot. So I guess if you want to compete, then you can go in this one. I won't promise a nice season, though. Discontinued. So that's why I'm gonna have to cut the night short. So that's all we're gonna take to the lanes. Because we thought we would be done by now. and a big explosion off that engine on Travis Diggs. We're going to have to get that checked out. Might be a while. We'll let you know. Wow. Kabloom. It's going to take some time, so stay tuned, though. We'll be back. So not bad. Getting all that cleared up. That's good. And during that time, I was eating tacos. They have the deal since it's Taco Tuesday. Usually the tacos are 2 for $6. Today there was a 3 for $5 deal. Ooh. You best believe I took that. So there's a food truck out there. Go check it out if you would like. Last pair of top fuel cars. No one got a full run in. And Funny Cars, final call for you. Besides Jason Gibson, pulling a nice run, 252 with a 1. Clock that. So Jason will rise to the top. $252 with a run, with a 1. Oh my god. Good thing we have 4 more pairs left. Because, man, I think I need some rest. Guess I didn't sleep good last night. Good job for Jason Gibson. He's looking strong. He had a great, he had a good end to season 1. He didn't win the whole thing, but he showed, whoa, this guy, and he got into the winner's circle. Whoa, this guy. What? Oh, why am I talking like that? But, yeah, that was amazing performance from him. We got 2 new funny cars, like we said, so we get to see him in the national event for qualifying. But first, we have the buy run from Philip Carson in just a sec. So since all the delays, we are going to have only 2 qualifying runs for our Division A and B classes. It's only Division A. I'm stupid. Our Division A classes. Sorry about that, guys. Just because of the timing and stuff. But hopefully we get some eliminations done. At least 1 round of everybody. Could be potential records broken. Never lost a race still. Guys, and I'm not all over the place. For all the qualifying runs, we're going to change the qualifying how it is, and it's going to be each competition. It's like the same as Top Alcohol, Dragster, and Funny Cars, how we've been doing it. Whoever records the fastest run is the winner. Pro Stock's a little lucky because if they ran better in that test and tune that we did, then it's fine. Their number can stay. So they're going off of that number, they're also what am I trying to say? So let's say you ran fast the first time, and then now the national event, you ran slow. It'll still count for that run. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. Never mind. If you get what I'm saying, I don't really know. Philip kind of driving. Wow. Driving around all over the place, but Jesus Christ. A 197. For Philip Carson, he missed his record. 197 with the 3 is the record. He recorded a 197 with a 9/6,000th off of his record pass. Unbelievable run. And then we'll get on to the next pair. Unbelievable Philip Carson starting off season 2 with a enormous run. Stay tuned for more. We have 3 more pairs coming up. Bill Fortune and Clara Moody. She's in the left. That's the new funny car for the season. She's currently last place. She doesn't have a time in yet, but she'll get one today. Bill Fortune, number 2. He's always been the runner-up, right behind Philip Carson, because no one's beat him. So he is very quick too. So we'll see how he does. Right here. I don't remember from that live stream on the test and tune from these guys. I'm not really sure. They're 2 new ones. I forgot what they ran, but it was pretty decent. It was like a 205 something. What a pass! 199.3. That might. Oh, no. Doesn't have the record. But what a pass. Clara Moody goes to second right off there. Bill Fortune in third. She is going to make it tight for Philip Carson. And a 207 with a 4. It's a mediocre run for him. Nothing too crazy. Funny cars. I love this class. The fastest cars you're going to see on the racetrack. We love it. Clara was so eager to get a maximum speed. She let the parachutes fly way down there. Well, not too far down there where she's in the sand trap. Almost. She's close. But wow. That's commitment, and that is a great run. 199.3 for Clara, the new, kind of like the newbie, but still, that is nowhere near a newbie pass. Congrats to Clara Moody, putting her numbers 7 in the sheet. Alrighty. 2 more pairs left to go for the day. So this is Clark Ransom's son, Greg Ransom. And that's his stock eliminator car is the tow vehicle for his Moon Eyes Funny Car. This thing is so cool. Pretty quick. Maybe new records potentially. It's AJ Cook. I think we do this in the wrong order, but who cares? So Greg Ransom, first qualifying pass ever. What? Both broke the record, but the fastest pass goes to the 190 with a 7 for Greg Ransom. He has the record, and a 192 from AJ Cook. It's going to be a great season. Philip Carson might finally be beat for once. What a start to the qualifying session. See, Funny Car never fails to disappoint me. This is crazy. 190 with a 7, but let's not skip over AJ Cook's 192. That blows the record out of the water as well. And that 190 came out of nowhere, especially considering that this is his first time driving a Funny Car. That is crazy. And that is going to get updated immediately. What a pass. What a pass. That is incredible. He has to save that for the real competition. Hope he brings the same amount of heat. Wow, this was just qualifying, and he shoots to the top. And number 2 for AJ Cook. Very impressive. That is a great way to end off today. Well, not really end it off yet. Everyone is in the ones besides Bill Fortune, and he still made a pretty decent run. 207. Like, that's not even bad. But still, he's still last place as of right now. But we'll see what happens with these 2 cars. I don't think they're going to have enough power like these guys have. Or maybe they can prove me wrong. We'll find out. Dominic McDonald and Bob Tasca, and that'll end it off for today. This is our last pair. So, racers, you can pack them up for tonight. That is it for racing today. Also, we have another bonus event. The $20 bracket race is back. $20 to pitch in, or $20 entrance fee. Winner takes all. And you can get $20 of my own money. Also, I'll throw in the pile as well. Because why not? Not a whole lot of money, but be grateful. Whoa. That shook violently. 209 with a 3 and a ugh. What the hell? And shuts it off. We don't like to see a 3 in there, but he had problems with it. Dom is going to obviously be last there. Task is going to be second to last with a 209.3. This is a great qualifying sheet. Everyone did amazing. Let's give yourselves a pat on the back for today. Today was very fun, guys. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to all the racers, crew chiefs, crews, track cleaners, first responders especially. Everyone involved in the T3. And especially, thanks to God.